The old Victorian house stood at the edge of the small New England town, its history whispered among the locals as a place best left alone. But for Emma and Tom, it was their dream home, a fixer-upper oozing with charm and potential. Their first few weeks were filled with laughter and the satisfying clatter of renovations. But soon their nights were disturbed by a peculiar sound, a rhythmic thumping from above, as if someone were pacing deliberately. Tom dismissed it as the house settling, but Emma couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One stormy evening, the power flickered and died, plunging the house into darkness. Alone, Emma heard the sound again, louder this time, echoing through the walls. With a flashlight in hand, she climbed the creaky stairs to the attic, her heart pounding with each step. As she reached the top, the beam of light caught a dusty, forgotten trunk. Opening it, Emma gasped. Inside lay a collection of old photographs, each depicting the house's previous owners, all bearing the same haunted expression. Then, she saw it. A shadowy figure standing behind her in the reflection of a cracked mirror. She turned, the attic empty, yet the footsteps continued, circling her. Emma screamed as the floor gave way, plunging her into darkness. The house had claimed another soul. In the quaint village of Eldridge, a haunting melody drifted through the misty night air, emanating from the old abandoned manor at the edge of town. Curiosity piqued. A young musician named Claire decided to investigate the source of the music that had captivated the villagers for weeks. Armed with her violin and a lantern, she stepped into the manor, its decaying walls whispering tales of its forgotten past. Inside, the air was thick with an unearthly chill, and the haunting tune grew louder, leading her to a grand ballroom shrouded in shadows. There, at the center of the room, stood a ghostly figure, its fingers dancing across the keys of a spectral piano. Claire's heart pounded as she recognized the figure as that of her late mentor, a prodigious pianist who had vanished years ago under mysterious circumstances. The ghostly musician paused, turning its hollow gaze towards Claire, beckoning her to join in the eerie symphony. As she lifted her violin, a surge of supernatural energy coursed through her, compelling her to play in harmony with the apparition. The music swelled, filling the manor with an ethereal beauty. Yet beneath the melody lay a sinister undertone. Abruptly, the ghostly pianist vanished, leaving Claire alone, her violin strings now cold and lifeless. The haunting melody ceased, but the chilling presence lingered, forever binding her to the enigmatic musician's tragic fate. Julia had always found solace in her garden, a patch of green serenity nestled behind her cottage. One crisp morning, as she dug to plant new bulbs, her shovel struck something hard. Curiosity piqued. She knelt to clear the soil with her hands, revealing the edge of a weathered wooden box. Her heart raced as she pried it open, revealing dusty relics, a tarnished locket, brittle letters, and an eerie porcelain doll. Intrigued but unnerved, she pocketed the locket and set the box aside, planning to investigate later. That night, as she lay in bed, a soft, mournful whisper echoed through her room. She sat up, heart thumping, and saw the doll from the box standing at the foot of her bed, its eyes glistening in the moonlight. The air grew cold as the whispers intensified, forming words that chilled her to the bone. "You disturbed my rest." Julia, paralyzed by fear, watched as the doll's head slowly turned, its gaze locking onto hers. In a panic, she fled to the garden, desperate to return the items to their resting place. As she dug frantically, the whispers turned to cries, and shadows danced around her, encircling her in a spectral embrace. With a final, desperate thrust of the shovel, the cries ceased, leaving Julia alone in the silent night, forever haunted by the secret she unearthed.